The day out there today, we made it close to 80 degrees here in the metro, but areas to the west definitely made it into the 80s. How about that? 81 in Washington, Mount Pleasant, Keokuk, 79 Burlington, made it to 81 down in Macomb, but off to the east a little cooler, but hey, 75 is still not too bad. We're tracking next 24 hours. The name of the game is going to be clearing skies. That is the big deal. We're going to see some sunshine tomorrow. We will see a lot of clouds too, but a partly sunny day certainly in store for us, and any sunshine that we can get, I think we'll certainly be appreciative of. This weekend, pleasant on Saturday, but then we bring an active system and an active stretch of weather here once we get to Sunday. So Sunday, probably going to be a washout for most. And of course, all eyes on the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms once we get into Tuesday. We're watching this low pressure system, strong jet stream as well. All the ingredients coming together for what could be a pretty significant day severe weather-wise come Tuesday. We'll break it down for you, give you the latest coming up in your first alert forecast. Temperatures tonight, though, will drop close to the low 50s, maybe upper 40s for some, with no cloud cover in place and none of those southerly winds. It'll drop pretty quickly, but still be a very pleasant night. Great night to open those windows. We'll start off in the 50s tomorrow, but heading for the mid to upper 70s. I'm going to bump this up a little bit. The trend has been the last couple days. We've been about 4 to 5 degrees above even kind of what we were forecasting in some cases. So the model's definitely still running pretty cool. So we'll see if that trend holds as we head into tomorrow. But first alert day certainly in effect. Folks, this is something to take serious. And once we've been talking about this for several days. And once we get into Tuesday, anywhere you go, anything you have to do, make sure you're going to be in a place where you can get warnings and also take shelter if a warnings issue. This is going to be a pretty significant day. 2 p.m. to 11 p.m., all modes of severe weather are possible, including strong tornadoes as well. So please take this seriously. We got a day tonight. It's going to be a night you want to definitely continue to stay weather aware throughout the evening and stay with us here at TV6. We'll be here all night keeping you ahead of these storms. 75 tonight. Strong storms are going to continue on. So those changes we've been talking about, we had a very nice stretch of weather until tonight, and that is when we see this rain shower and even some thunderstorm activity. But you'll notice we've got the lightning turned on, not seeing a lot of lightning, so just some heavier rainfall that's moving up into central Illinois. That becomes ours as we get closer to the midnight hour and beyond. I think areas east of the river will have the best chance to see some of those heavier showers and thunderstorms. Areas west of the river too, you're going to get into some of that activity, but definitely looks like the focal point will be in our Illinois counties. Now we've got some first alert days that we put out for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On the warm side of things, the cold side, not really much of a cold side, but we could see some snow in parts of northern Iowa. Again, we stay with mostly rain, but yeah, could see some heavy rainfall with that. Let's take a little closer look here on Exact Track. There's that cloud cover moving through now. We clear out. Tomorrow going to be a mostly sunny day. Really beautiful day out there. If you can sneak out for lunch or do something outside to enjoy that sunshine, highly suggest doing it. So clouds will move in as we get into the overnight hours. They'll build in and really start to build in once we get into Friday afternoon, especially out ahead of that storm system that moves through. Here comes that rain. You can see, look at some heavier pockets of rainfall too out to the west. Okay, we're going to stay on with you folks here now because we do have the storm making its way through the metro, but yeah, it's an ominous looking cloud, but right now it's kind of what's behind there as we look at sky view. We've now upped this warning to a considerable damage threat with 70-mile-an-hour winds. So most likely here in the metro, at least the Iowa side, you're going to hear the sirens going off here. If they're not already going off now, you'll be hearing those very soon because this is now a dangerous storm with 70-mile-an-hour winds, and you could still see we're carrying that tornado possible tag, and that's been a concern here, and it continues to be as we got these icons showing that rotation there. So we've got that severe thunderstorm warning. The metro is the biggest concern at this point. We've got this cell here from Clinton up to Savannah. That has been a concern as well. We've got that tag for a tornado possible as well.
Cities today. Good morning, everyone. It is your Thursday morning. We have Cyle Dickens in for weather, and we're going to get right to it because you are tracking lots of storms right now. It's pretty active.
That is correct. Let's jump right to radar because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that I'm very concerned with right now. This is down in Knox County, also parts of Warren County. The big thing to note here is that tag that you see right there. A threat is there for a tornado possible. Noticing a lot of rotation with this. It's a severe thunderstorm warning now with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Hail threat not great right now, but we could see some small hail. Let's dive right into this thing because like I said, I am concerned that we do have maybe some spinning going on here. So what we'll do is we'll turn our velocity product on here, and that shows us kind of where that spinning is going on. And right down there, we're going to kind of we'll dive down a little bit closer. We see those greens and reds starting to match up to each other. That is where we have spinning going on. That's where winds are moving in different directions. And once they kind of start meeting up there, which you're seeing that pretty clear here, just southwest of Galesburg. I'm actually going to step off screen here and zoom into this because it does look like it is tightening up a little bit here. So this is definitely a concern. This is why we've got that severe thunderstorm warning again with that tag that says tornado possible. Okay, we continue to watch this storm here. If you're just joining us, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for portions of Knox County, also parts of Warren County. Very concerned with this. We are looking at the velocity product. This is what kind of shows us which way the winds and how strong the winds are within inside the storm. Very strong indication here of circulation. I'm kind of surprised we don't have a tornado warning out for this yet. We might see one, and that is looking stronger and stronger right now just to the south of Abingdon. If you're in Abingdon, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Treat this like a tornado warning. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in place, but we've got that tag that says tornado possible, so they are notating that circulation. But right there, it's around 116 and Route 41 is where we're seeing the circulation. Okay, we're going to cut in. We have a tornado warning now in effect here for Knox County. We've been talking about this storm for really since we came on that we noticed some rotation, and now we have that tornado warning in effect here. This does include McQuan. It is just outside of Abingdon right now. This is a dangerous situation. This really got an eye set here on Clinton, DeWitt. DeWitt, your most immediate threat now is going to be moving into the DeWitt area. If you're in DeWitt, move indoors. Take your tornado precautions right now. You want to get to the lowest level of your home, smallest room. If you don't have a basement, center part of the house, closet or bathroom is best. You just want to put as many walls between you and the outside as you can.
Still feeding in some strong winds from the backside of this storm.
Look at that.
So there we have this right on Interstate 80 right here. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, that is a, I'm pointing, while you're looking at that, I'm going to be moving sky view here to show that because
if we can go to velocity on that.
Yeah, we'll go to velocity here real quick.
Off above. So there's Central
High tornado warning for the Metro.
And they just decided to put a tornado warning out for the Metro Quad City. So now is the time to take your shelter. There you go. We all know starting to pick up. Also getting yeah.
Let's go sky view. Sky. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Right there.
It is right there. We had another big power flash over here. So let's just hang out. There's another powerful. Oh, look at this one. Wow. Wow. That thing was. This
is incredible winds, or maybe even a brief tornado, but the destructive winds are so spread out right now. This is a serious situation. Notice here is within this area, I've got pointed right here, there is a circulation going over northern portions of Davenport. You see that camera shaking this? Okay, look at this here in the eastern portion of the Metro. We got another one developing here near Silvis. Look at that right there. That is significant winds, but on top of that, I would say we've got an inflow notch over Silvis right now, so 70-mile-an-hour winds over Moline right now. 72-mile-an-hour winds, but there just to the northwest of Kelowna, there is a strong indication of a developing possible circulation, maybe a tornado. This is near in the East Moline area, heading towards Cleveland and Joslin at this time. First at 6 tonight, in a bipartisan vote, the U.S. House has passed a $95 billion foreign aid package. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Cyle Dickens. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Cyle Dickens here, filling in for Larry Goodwin on a beautiful Sunday.
Yeah, it is. And in fact, we're already seeing a bit of sunshine out there.
Jealous. Switching gears here, the 2024 Iowa legislative session is now over. The lawmakers worked through the night and adjourned just before 4:30 this morning. State Capitol reporter Connor Hendricks was there and has a roundup of the last-minute bills that made it through. And on the heels of last year's summer of strikes, more labor movement activities now reaching children's entertainment. Disneyland performers took a major step this week toward formally joining a union, and the writers of Sesame Street voted to authorize a strike. Michael Yoshida explains what all this means.
With Cyle Dickens with more on the building itself. Kyle.
Paula, as we hit the 5 o'clock mark here, that marked the 24-hour mark since this disaster occurred. This disaster is at what is known as the Davenport. It's a 6-story residential and commercial structure that you see behind me here. It was a partial building collapse, but you can see a big chunk of that is gone here. I'll step out of the way and we'll zoom in here, and you can kind of see the scene here. So again, the Davenport was a 6-story residential and commercial building in the 300 block of North Main Street here in Davenport. All city officials and all city offices were on scene, along with MABUS, that's the mutual aid box alarm system, technical rescue teams, and then eventually demolition crews arrived late last night here in the evening hours on Sunday. MedForce landed. Well, the Mississippi Valley Fair is in full swing, and as you come out to enjoy the fair, there's always some interesting things that you see when you're out here.
Watch the left shoulder. I'll shrink the right one back.
Tonight, it wasn't just the magic show that was drawing a crowd.
Check out the four-legged chicken born this morning in the expo building. It is a rarity you'll probably never see again.
Well, here I have a newly hatched chick. We hatch chicks every day here at the fair, about 3 dozen. This is going probably on about 20 years for us. I've been doing this for years at other places, hatching lots of chicks over time. This morning I went in the incubator to pick out the chicks as usual, and this one seemed kind of odd to me. If you look here, this is why he's odd. He's got 4 legs.
And it drew in quite the crowd as people flocked to check out something they may never see again.
I think it's wild that there's a 4-legged chick. Yeah. Never seen one before, right?
From what I can gather, that's about a 1 in 10 million occurrence, and a lot of them don't survive. This one, as you can see, is doing very well.
She's not too bad. They're friendly.
He may need to work on his balance a bit. Casas Farm is located just outside of Eldridge, and they are certainly no stranger to the Mississippi Valley Fair.
It's got to be close to 20 years for us. We have brought in by the fair. Kent Feed is our sponsor. They help us come here and do a lot of different things. My wife Melody and I do all this. We go to schools, also educational projects and things like that.
Casas says the future for this young chick is actually looking pretty bright.
He's doing very well. He's eating, he's drinking. I don't see anything other than the legs, 2 extra legs, that really is anything different.
And here's a little bit of good news. Gary says him and his wife plan to take the chick home with them and raise it at home. So you won't be seeing this chick on any menus at the Fair Midway anytime soon.
He will undoubtedly spend the rest of his life with us at our place.
Now, when asked about his up-and-coming fame, the chick had a lot to say. Do you have a name for this chick yet?
We do not yet. My wife hasn't seen it yet, and I'm sure she'll have a name for it.
Reporting in Davenport, Cyle Dickens, KWQC TV 6 News.
What do you have to say about all